2025. Always be yourself. The fact that they couldn't show up for you, only to realize the hold on 1 second you had to count on you. They would never understand unconditional love. Hold on 1 second, that reflection is different. They would never understand your comprehension. Loving yourself, pouring into yourself, understanding your youth. Hold on 1 second was truly hold on 1 second. Misleading days, but you found yourself when it come to being an adult. They would never understand that you wasn't trying to disappear from your reflection. Loving yourself. Certain folks would look at you like you a joke, oh, because you was willing to better yourself. Religion, hold on 1 second, was never competition when it came to your neighbor. They would never understand at the end of the day you just wanted better. Loving yourself. Wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. They would never understand the tools that it had to take you to be comfortable in your own shoes, healing pain at the end of the day. That mindset has different when you got clarity to love yourself. Hold on 1 second, acknowledging your worth. Even when the folks in the background trying to discourage you, paint you up to be mentally unstable, or because you was going to choose you when they rejected you. Yeah, I may be talking to myself, but hold on 1 second. I'm still comfortable in my own shoes. Loving myself at the end of the day. That energy is different when it was never for likes and views or clout chasing or fame to actually heal trauma and pain. I say that respectfully. Didn't have to take a script to get my life together. And I say that respectfully. It be the train of thought for me. How when you know how to walk in your purpose, certain folks in the background trying to dim your light to destroy you, didn't have to pretend at the end of the day. Even when your neighbor didn't understand your elevation has different comprehension, loving yourself. They lack self-control and come to discipline. Or because hold on 1 second, our mindset damn sure wasn't the same. Being high vibration will bother someone's folks mental health when it come to hold on 1 second, they own pain. That's the trick. Don't be, oh, be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Always be yourself. Authenticity bothers certain folks when it comes to their own weather. How you truly clever at the end of the day. A flow they can't relate to. Hold on 1 second was never competition. Hold on 1 second because you wasn't trying to project yourself to hurt yourself with your own words. Fall from a criminal. They would never understand you wasn't running from your past. They would never understand you not accountable for your actions to understand that. Hold on 1 second. Our mindset ain't the same when it comes to hold on 1 second. Loving yourself, the value of time and data energy is different. How folks in the background, regardless, they got more than you. They would make sure that you bring so much confusion in your life to disappoint yourself at the end of the day, but never get self-destructive. And I say that respectfully because when someone's one-sided conversation, they didn't realize the hold on 1 second, God didn't like ugly. They would never understand how you maintain your smile, how God is fixing your crown to show you at the end of the day that you didn't have to dim your light, discourage yourself because someone didn't know how to treat you right. Someone looked at you like competition, all because you understood, hold on 1 second, I ain't battling, but I couldn't see at the end of the day. I had to challenge myself every single day to actually heal, to go within, to understand that, hold on 1 second, it's okay to heal. That's the trait, though, be no, for real, for real, my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to poetry, everybody's swag so different. Was never competition. They would never understand at the end of the day if they had to take your vision, one-sided because someone's being mature, holding down a conversation you can't relate to, trying to destroy someone because someone understood that, hold on 1 second, you trying to mislead me wrong. You got to dibble and dabble with spoken magical, whatever the case may be. Hold on 1 second because someone didn't understand your vision when it came to your one-sided ignition. The trade told me haterade. Because someone understood how to pray. I may not make sense to the average person. And my content is not for everyone. It's not. If I told you I shed a tear, would you believe me? Or you think I'm that strong at the end of the day? But I'm deserving of it. I'm deserving to cry at the end of the day. So God allowed me to see why I'm being cleared out when it comes to, hold on 1 second, someone's one-sided mindset, losing myself because they want to project fear. Because that's what the enemy wants you to do. The enemy wants you to be in fear. The enemy wants you to be distracted. The enemy wants you to be in a mindset. Hold on 1 second, not bettering yourself, but you understood, hold on 1 second, you had potential when you was never the issue. Being authentic will bother someone's growth. When it comes to their sight, when they can't see, at the end of the day, someone will pretend you. They see it from a mile away when they by themselves like, damn, I want to root you on, but damn, I did you wrong behind closed doors. I guess you right, God did show you change. The heading is different. I wasn't talking about your pockets. It'd be the train of thought for me. How folks will acknowledge you but don't respect you. How folks will acknowledge you, try to ruin your reputation only because, hold on 1 second, we was on the same page. We wasn't on the same page. Said I'm falling in love with you. But I gotta choose me first. Said I'm falling in love with you. But I gotta choose me first. Said I'm falling in love with you. But I gotta choose me. That energy is different. That energy. You know, when someone shows you not disrespect but loyalty is different. When someone truly knows how to maintain your smile, hold on 1 second. That energy is different when it comes to confidence. Someone truly showing you how. You know, real love. Hold on 1 second. It was a two-step of vibe that folks couldn't relate to. How you had your own identity, but you was far from having a crisis, losing yourself. They would never understand your potential, you know, because whoever fumbled you only became someone's wish fulfillment at the end of the day. Someone not to use you, abuse you, disrespect you. That energy is different when you got a calling on your life at the end there on God's time. Because hold on 1 second, we all don't pray the same. And who wouldn't have knew at the end of the day the love of your life wasn't a mistake? You know, someone sees you, hears you, respects you. Who would know at the end of the day it started with you and them? Hold on 1 second, a beginning and the end. Who would have knew that God allowed you to see the transition and actually allowed you to win? You know, because true love was real. True love is one of a kind with the right one actually feel. You know, someone that brought peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Wow. Someone sees you, hears you, respects you. They say true love is not real, but who would have known at the end of the day someone's trying to disrespect you? You know, got you having butterflies on the inside, got you allowing yourself to feel like, hold on 1 second, someone's mature. Someone can hold the conversation not to mislead you wrong. You know, someone's trying to abuse you mentally, spiritually, financially. You know, rob you from your pockets. That energy is different when someone truly shows at the end of the day. Someone truly got your back, but no misintentions. Someone praying for not against you. You gained the love of best friend, a business partner who would have knew that true love would allow you to feel like, hold on 1 second, it's okay to heal. You know, when someone wasn't trying to fumble you, someone wasn't trying to show you that, you know, old conversation was part of your future. Hold on 1 second. You know, projecting of insecurity wasn't part of your vocabulary. You know, cheating, disrespect. Who would have known at the end of the day? Someone was more than playing chess. Because they wasn't playing with your mindset, but they was actually knowing how to pray. Only by the hold on 1 second, God allowed you to see. Are you believing in faith? That is the trait of always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Because when the right person walks into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions. True love is not complicated. It's not. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. Wow. Someone allowed you to see why that chair was fulfilled. It was no more emptiness. You wasn't scared. You wasn't living in fear. Allowing someone to allow you to be, hold on 1 second, truthfully clear. You know, because when it came to someone's words that day, they wasn't trying to divine you at the end of the day. You know, break you down in the mindset at the end of the day that you're not worthy when it comes to, hold on 1 second, whatever you're going through, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Finally, someone sees you, hates you, respects you. They're not overlooking you, but allow you to feel while you're comfortable. You know, because true love is not complicated. True love is real, one of a kind. Who would know at the end of the day? Hey, butterfly, you took a chance on love. Only was, hold on 1 second. True love never lied. It only allowed you to see why it multiplied. It multiplied because you showed up. It multiplied because the person that came into your life, hold on 1 second, didn't have to tell a lie. You know, someone showed you action, spoke louder than words. Someone loving you properly. Who would have knew at the end of the day, true love will find you. No, it's the trait of me. I gotta go. Ah! Always be yourself with no misintentions. True love is not complicated, and I say it respectfully. If you're not ready for a relationship, leave innocent people alone, jackass. It's the training thought me. Why you disturbing people's peace? Hello. I never understood that at the end of the day. Why you start talking to somebody only just to mislead them? So you mean to tell me that, you know, the pointless conversation, you couldn't have said, you know, it's going to be pointless? No, it's the trade though, because you knew how to say everything else but wasting someone goddamn time, you dumbass. No, it's the trade over me. I never understood this in the day. How an individual will want to spend time with you or whatever the case may be, and as soon as you give them the time and day, you mean to tell me you've been in a relationship over how many years? And the motherfucker still ain't changed. You saw the red flag since what day one? Oh, you know, first the charm and the third time, that's on you, boo. I gotta go. Giving up on yourself, they would never understand what the potential actually looks like when you have to live in fear. You had chicks and dudes try to checkmate you, try to discover you, don't match in a toxic way, all because you don't have to be comfortable in your own skin, operating out of, hold on one second, jealousy, envy, or hate. You wasn't operating out of jealousy, envy, or hate. You understood what a miracle looks like at the end of the day when folks try to test you. The disrespect was loud. They would never understand that blueprint hits different when God showed you your reflection. How your DNA hits different. Being authentic regardless of someone's mental. That's why they got to take notes to try to dim your light. But God showed you your potential. While God is allowing you to see, hold on one second, you're elevating every season. Calling your energy back, never allow yourself to live in fear. And I said it respectfully. No other trade though, we truly kind of rare. Because we all not haters. No other trade though, we are all not haters. We not. And because we all not haters, it's certain folks that will never understand that. Hold on one second. I was just choosing me when it came to boundaries. I make you feel so uncomfortable in your own skin. Hold on one second, because I understood my reality. Folks pick and choose who they want to disrespect when they come to bullying at the end of the day because you understood your reflection. Why I don't want to eject myself when I understood God's protection. Why I want to dim my light at the end of the day when it was never for life. If you're a cloud chasing a fame when I was far from pretending. Loving myself, hold on one second. Never dim your light because someone wants to project fear on you. Hold on one second, we all pretty the same, but I'm far from a hater. No, I have a check on me. I gotta go. Always be yourself with no intentions. What practice makes perfect. Never give up on yourself. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless of who tries to dim my light or not. Never feel wrong for shedding a tear. The devil can't wait to prey on your fear. But hold on one second, when your conscience is different, just understand at the end of the day, you praying for your existence. They would never understand you wasn't trying to get discovered, wasn't trying to become your worst enemy. At the end of the day, they would never understand your reflection, but never stop choosing you. It's always somebody watch you at the end of the day when it came to gang stalking. Everybody's point of view ain't the same, but I truly hope and pray that you don't have to deal with this type of pain. No, I have to check with me. No, for real, for real, for real, for real. Always be yourself. Someone's going to say that you don't have potential, but that does not mean give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Never allow someone to make you feel like you're not worthy of choosing you because you're mad and you're worthy. Loving yourself is not a crime. Now you swag. I gotta go! It's not a crime to be authentic. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God. I'm far from a hater. And I say it respectfully. And it's not a crime to be different. Sometimes you ain't got to fit in at the end of the day to understand your own reflection. Smiling, they would never understand your benefits at the end of the day, what you actually gain to choose yourself another day to understand that you are worthy. It was never competition. They would never understand healing. Hold on one second, it started within. They would never understand it wasn't competition. Hold on one second, when they had to project spell work, they tried to discover you, dim your light, go to that witch, that practitioner, whatever the case may be, that coven, that coke leader, whatever the case may be, whatever they got going on. Yeah, I got a little speech power, but hold on one second. I know what I'm talking about when I ain't trying to mislead myself wrong. No, I haven't can't go be no for real. When God reveals the devil on the enemy, they will never understand at the end of the day. He was far from pretending going with them when they said God not real. I'm knowledge and respect, and I love my reflection. I gotta go. That's not the violence. Today is currently December 20th, 2005. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. Have a good day. I gotta go.